Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by my channel today. I'm so glad that you decided to stop by. I'm going to be doing something I normally will not do because I can be stubborn, and that is piping a sugar scrub. One, I usually find that it doesn't save me much time and that it wastes too much product. Unless you're going for the pretty swirls with the different colors, I see no real point in it. Well, today I want the pretty swirls with the different colors. I just had to make up a quick base last night. This is the foaming bath whip base that I get on DIY Bath and Body Shop. For some reason, I'm not seeing that recipe on their shop anymore. So maybe contact that shop to see if you can still get it. It's a very easy recipe. I do know there are other places that you can buy a recipe for this. And you can buy your own just pre-made body whip or bath whip or whatever they call it. Body butter, bath butter, foaming bath whip. So the fragrance I'm going to be using today is New Rainbow Sherbet. I just made the Soap of the Month Club soap with this, and I really wish I had enough of the 2-ounce jars to package this up and send to the club members, but I just don't. And I'm going to have to come up with a different idea for the little extra that they get in their box. But, so good. I am going to split this off after I have added sugar and everything and then color them separately. I've never really done it that way before, so I'm hoping that works out okay. I've always colored before adding sugar, but I think it's going to make my life so much easier to do it this way. So first things first, I gotta get myself ready, and then we're going to make a piped sugar scrub. I need 809 grams of this bath whip I made last night. I just keep cleaning and reusing this bucket every single time. I actually sized my batch when I was upping my batch size to fit this bucket. Sometimes I'm smart that way. On the back counter, I'm just going to whip this up until it's about double in size. So I have it doubled in size. I've scraped it a couple times, just maybe 2 minutes on the mixer, nothing too crazy. It's going to do a lot more mixing here in a second, but I am going to go ahead and add all of my oils and my fragrance oil and all that good stuff. So 809 grams of the foaming bath whip, and I'm going to put 33 ounces each of my safflower and my avocado oils. 33 grams, sorry. And I'm going to add, where's my Optifin? I don't really use these, what are these, York Twister? I don't use those anymore, but I have quite a few, and it fit on my bottle, so I love that. I'm going to add 9 grams, I think. No, 13 grams. 13 grams of my vitamin E. I get my vitamin E from Soaper's Choice, and it comes in this 1-pound container. Quite reasonably priced. I haven't bought it in a while. It was, I think, in the 40s, maybe 50s last time I bought it. Really good price for vitamin E. I get most of my oils from Soaper's Choice, actually. And then I'm going to put 2% of my Rainbow Sherbet. And so that's going to be 45 grams. It feels like there's a lot of liquid going in here. Maybe that's why I'm having so much of a more loose consistency than I wanted. I made a couple of batches of this last night. I may need to adjust my liquid ratio a little bit because it's not going to hold the peaks with this much liquid in it. I know I have a little bit of melt and pour I could melt down and add to it, and that would certainly stiffen up my peaks a little bit, wouldn't it? It would definitely make it harder. I may do that, guys. I may add just a little bit of melt and pour. I actually piped last night, and you can't tell it in the jar that I piped anything. Wholesale Supplies Plus has a lot of recipes on their website. I'm going to go see how much ratio-wise would be pretty standard. So give me just a second. I'm on the fly changing my formula. What I can tell is about 60% of the base Wholesale Supplies Plus adds the glycerin soap. I have not quite 60, I probably have closer to 50 to 55% of my base as my soap. So I really do like this stand mixer, and I bought this on Amazon. It is on my Amazon cart, guys, if you want to purchase with my link. That helps me out and doesn't cost you anything, so I appreciate that. But I like this because I think this might be an 11 quart bowl, whereas the KitchenAid I think is a 5 quart, and to go up to even a 9 quart was just ridiculous. This is serving my purpose great. The only thing is I do have to scrape it a little bit more often. Because it just gets around the bowl a little bit more. It doesn't get the edges as well. I'm going to melt this down very gently in the microwave, and then I'm going to very slowly pour this in because this is completely backwards from what Wholesale Supplies Plus's recipes say to do. So let's see if this works out. And the reason I'm not going all the way up to 60% is I just wanted to use up whatever soap I had in my bucket here, and I didn't want to open a brand new brick of melt and pour soap just to get like 1 or 2 ounces out of there. I think this is going to be fine for what I'm just trying to accomplish, is just to firm this up a little bit. I'll be right back. Took my shield off, so this is going to be easier to pour. And another thing I did, guys, was I added 7 grams of fragrance oil to accommodate this. I'm going to get this going a little bit higher. I'm just going to pour it in slow. It's super soapy now. Soapy? Super soupy? Super liquidy? I'm just going to walk away for a little while. I've got a lot of other things I need to be doing. Let's come back in maybe 20 minutes or so. Hopefully this will be cooled down. We'll see the consistency at that point. I feel like I'm getting nothing done fast here. We're at 79. Still a little warmer than I was wanting to start with, but I really have to get moving. All right, I'm going to add the sugar. I'm going to add 1,200 grams of sugar. And I'm just doing the white sugar this time. Sometimes that organic cane sugar that I use, it's just an off color. And it'll affect the colors just a tiny bit. I may need to add more sugar though for the extra soap base. I did not think about that. My sugar ratio is going to be off a little bit. Shoot, that's what happens when you formulate on the fly like this. What do I have here? 55. I do want to keep about 55 to 60% sugar. This is going to make a ton now. I'm going to have more than the 11 that I was planning on, that's for sure. I got to run upstairs because I don't have my computer down here and see where I'm at with my sugar percentage. What a mess I am this weekend, guys. I think my soap is ruined, and this has been such a train wreck. It's going to be great, but it was a train wreck for me to make this. I am really off my game this weekend. I think I'm trying to do way too much at one time, and I told myself not to do that anymore. All right, so here is this humongous batch of scrub. I adjusted, before I turned the camera on, the amount of fragrance, the amount of my preservative, and the amount of my vitamin E. I kept everything else the same, but I did want to bring the preservative and vitamin E up to that 6.6% or so. And I wanted to keep the fragrance at 2%, so I bumped that up a little bit. I'll give you my recipe in percentages down below so you're not making this big of a batch. If I remember. Help me remember. If I don't, just say something and I'll add it after the fact. I'm going to try to remember. I have my other mixing bowl here. 1/3 of my batch is around 38 ounces. So I'm going to put 38 ounces in here. Oh gosh, my wrists are not the strongest things in the world. All right, 38 ounces is just going to go in this bowl so that I can get it in the mixer in a minute. So for my green, I'm using Let Us Entertain You by Mad Micah's. And I'm going to use probably maybe a quarter to half a teaspoon. I don't want these to be super saturated. And the last time I did this, I had the colors just kept getting darker and darker as they sat. It was weird. In here, I'm going to put Fired Up Fuchsia from Brambleberry. I'm hoping that'll mix in okay. Not quite a quarter of a teaspoon for the 38 ounces in here. I want it to be pretty pastel. All right, we are back. I split them off and colored them. I don't think I shared the orange. I was gonna let you know that I used Atomic Orange from Nurture Soap. And I think this is a waste of time, honestly. I'm only doing it because I said I was going to. This is incredibly loose. I don't think it's going to hold a shape by any stretch, but we're going to give it a go. Let's see, orange is in the middle on orange sherbet. So I'm just going to make a line of 3. I actually cleaned my bag from last night when I was actually piping. I cleaned it and I'm reusing it. I'm proud of myself. I just have it on a little dish towel here so it doesn't go anywhere on me. Aww. That looks pretty, doesn't it? Ah, 7 ounces, guys. That's a lot. But you know what? That's okay because I really don't need 30 of these. I think all that sugar is heavy, maybe. That's what I'm telling myself anyway. That was only 6.5 ounces. Huh, let's see. 6.5 ounces sounds a little bit better. Almost 6.5 ounces. So I think that's going to be my target weight is 6.5. I mean, the tops look pretty that way, but the sides, which this is a short jar too, so it doesn't like gain me much to pipe, but you can see that it's all smashed on itself. And again, I'm not sure that the piping is doing us any favors. It's not gaining us anything here on this application. So I got a bunch of these like little spoonulas from Micah's and More. So they're actually going to be ploppable. I'm going to pipe. When you open the jar, I don't want that to be what you see. I think it looks prettier on top when you open the jar. If they hold. But even if they don't, the swirls of colors are where it's at. I am clearly not having a very good day down here in my room, but let's take a moment and look at the gorgeous product we just made. Yes, I made lots of like recalculations and things weren't working out for me and changing things on the fly, but I'm just keeping it real for you guys, and this is what I do sometimes. I get in the middle of something and think, I want to do something a little bit different. But I can label this appropriately. So it's not like my label's going to be not correct. I did this in a way where I know what I used. I know the percentages of everything I used. I just did wash my hands with it, and I'm just not at a point where I can just do a demonstration. It is more bubbly and less scrubby than my other formula I did last night that was without the soap. So I have a couple little tester pots here that I made. I purposely don't fill these up because I don't want people to think this is for them to actually use. And I'm going to start putting signs on them that say, you know, for scent only, scent testers only, do not use type of thing. I'm done for a while. I'm going to take a couple of these upstairs and get some pictures. I've already created my labels, but I'm going to have to change them because I changed my ingredients. And I was only planning to make 11, and I made 15. Not so shabby, not too much out of where I need to be. I'm really happy I piped. All right, I will admit when I'm wrong. And I don't think the camera is really picking it up super well, but there is quite the swirls of the green, pink, and orange. I just think it's really fun. It's really pretty, and it is quite popular. I do have products in a store here in town, and it's just a booth rent situation. It's not a consignment or anything. I rent space there, and I need to restock this because when I looked at it a couple weeks ago, I was down to one. So this was quite popular in the shop there. I also now have my products up in Michigan. I am so excited about having my products up there. It is another booth rent situation. It's the same owner of the boutique that I have my products here in town is having a spot up in Michigan. And so I am renting. It's quite a bit more money for me to be up there, but it is much more of a tourist town. I don't live in a touristy town, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it's in a town called South Haven in Michigan. If you guys are from around there or are familiar with that, let me know. And if you are from around there and you happen to see any products from Walnut Creek Bath Boutique, let me know that too. I'm super excited. It's just a 9-month contract, so I don't know how long I'm going to be up there, but it's just fun to broaden myself and take risks. Fun and scary at the same time to take those risks. So I'm hoping that the touristy part of that will help me get some sales up there. I'm really excited about all of that. Let me know if you are a piper of sugar scrubs. I've always been kind of against it, but the tops are cuter. So taking pictures of these this last month, it was much cuter to have the piped. I also added a little glitter to this. I don't think that was on the video that you're gonna see, but I did add glitter. So it's an extra cute top when you open up your jar. If you're interested, they should be on the website. So I will link those down below too if you wanna check them out. I never plug my products and I never plug my website. And I really should do that, guys, right? I should be doing that, duh. Go check it out if you are interested in purchasing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support over the years. Thanks for likes. Very important to me, guys, those likes. I like them a lot. Thanks for the subscribes. I like those too. And the comments. I just love reading your comments. So do all of those things for me. And I do appreciate you guys so much. And I'll see you next week.